For fear that this is going to be a 10-minute video, I'm just going to jump into things because a lot of stuff happened and I don't really know how long it's going to take to yap about all of it. Well, it felt like a lot happened. Let's get into it. So today I wanted to run just a little test, just to not let the treadmill and the slime VRs just kind of sit idly by while I focus on other things, because they were investments, and so as investments, they shall be used. So we have the new computer, the NZXT. There's a Z in there somewhere. And then we have Alienware, right? That's the old computer. So I wanted to run a test where I had the slime VRs running here, and then through Bluetooth, access VR chat, right? The problem though is that when I tried to pair the trackers in the NZXT, I could only get up to maybe about 1.5. And then after that, it just refused to acknowledge that, or there were errors with tracker 2, tracker 3, and tracker 4. I've known about this problem and I forgot about that it was a problem. So Slime VR is ultimately a no-go on the NZXT. That's not really a problem with the treadmill. For some reason, the treadmill is good to go, but we never really got that far because the slime tracker thing, it just wouldn't go. So we never really got to the Bluetooth section of it. And so with that reminder, I wanted to see, okay, so if I can run Slime VR, the slime trackers here, which I know I can, that's how I've done it in the past, can I do the treadmill? Because I don't remember actually trying. And so I wanted to give that a shot. So I opened up, or I turned on the old PC, turned on the treadmill, and I went through the settings because I think that's what stopped me last time from pairing the treadmill to the old PC, was I couldn't remember where the Bluetooth settings were. But today I found them. And so I turned it on. I wanted to see if it would even recognize the treadmill. I transferred over the treadmill software over there to see if that, together with the old PC allowing Bluetooth to come in and the software looking for that Bluetooth, everything ended up working. And that was amazing. So I was able to control the treadmill and have the Slime VR trackers all working on one PC in one native little atmosphere, right? No, I didn't activate VR chat because there were some other things that I had to get to today. But I was one step away from a complete experiment, as you could say. So I'm a really bad scientist in that regard. But just the fact that these exist in one atmosphere means that they can talk directly to VR chat instead of having to exist over here, go through some kind of signal communication thing, and then talk to VR chat through OSC, right? This is a lot more simple and a lot more direct, and I'm really angry that I didn't figure this part out, like when I got the treadmill sooner. So now, all that's left to do is to open up VR chat and see if the communications are a lot clearer, if they're a lot more immediate, and if it just sort of, if things that were murky before when I was running those tests becomes clearer. That's the goal coming up next for that situation. So then what I cut that experiment short for was because I wanted to jump into and just sort of mess with some stuff in streamer.bot. And also I had to add to the Advent apartment thing today. So with that in mind, let me blur myself out and notice that I don't have to switch cameras anymore. Um, Actually, let me make myself big for this scenario. And boop. Oh, wait. Are you talking to OBS? You are. Okay. So I just have to hit it again then, I guess. Boop. And loads in. Yay! So obviously, I don't have hands up right now. I'm waving my hands around by my head like Elmo, I guess. Yay! um, but yeah, so there's a lot more like reactivity, responsiveness in this one because I'm using my phone. And this is kind of what it looks like on my end. This is footage that I took earlier before I started filming, but I really should have taken it while the sun was. So this might be a little difficult to see in this current lighting situation, but this is where the phone exists, captures my face, and theoretically in the future my hands, I guess. I don't know. It depends on the program. And then this is what OBS looks through. There we go, sort of. So that's the webcam. And that's the janky not my face setup. When I want like an avatar or something else to kind of represent me when I'm not feeling so good, or I don't know, I've got like a bloody gash or something. And so now, with that in mind, if I bring this over here, I have this timed actions thing over here, and if I just enable that and I run it, sometime between 10 seconds, and I probably should have, for this demonstration, put it a lot lower, but between 10 seconds and 10 minutes, I should swap between a couple of the avatars that I've shown previously, and if you're lucky enough, a special one, or a new one, I guess, since October, I think. That I just acquired because I wanted something a little smaller, but not cute. All right. So now let me shrink myself off to the side and let's check out, and hopefully it'll trigger at least once during this recording. Let's go over to Blender. So yesterday we added in the facade, just the balcony, the railing, and just the front door, basically. And the other thing that I did was I added in some organization. So I'm going to organize what I add via the days so I can actually remove day one and you can see everything there. And I've added cameras so that now instead of having to like get out of the thing, go into navigation mode and fly around, which I'm going to do for now, but I can just snap to the different days. So yeah, it's short, it's cheap, but I added two things today because I thought that the facade was kind of not really a real addition to day one. But yeah, so we've got our first two characters that are then going to bring in more stuff. So dang it, freaking change. And this, ladies and gentlemen, and future Tylers of all ages, is why we run these tests. Why I wanted to run these tests is because what happened was my WebSocket connection to VNyan was not open. It was still in the closed state. So that's my bad. Yeah, so I've got this guy. And then I've got. There we go. All right. And once again, this is all on the phone. I can even swap back to my human self immediately without having to shut everything down and restart everything. All right, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. I just realized that you guys have been zoomed in this entire time. Yeah, so this is what I've added. 2 characters. Doesn't seem too happy, but we've got the promise of festivities, even if it does require just a little bit of work. And obviously, as you could have seen in this little corner down here, there is a lot of work to be done. But it's all a process of progress and evolution of whatever I start here today. Well, yesterday, I guess, technically is when I started. All right, this has been long enough, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you on day 3.